Welcome back, students. I hope you're here after watching the first two videos uploaded on the chapter 2, addition and subtraction. Now we will be starting a new section of subtraction. Hello friends, my name is Pallavi. I'm here in Sweet Shop from where I have just got myself many candies worth rupees 150. I have given the shopkeeper rupees 200, but I don't know how much should I get in return. Can you all help me? So our friend Pallavi is facing a problem sum. Let us see what her problem is. So whenever we have to solve a problem sum, always remember that first step is to write all the things which are given to us in statement form. So let us see. Amount of money spent by Pallavi in buying herself candies is equal to rupees 150. Amount of money Pallavi gives to the shopkeeper is equal to 200. Now, how much money should she get in return? What do we do? Should we add or should we subtract? यहाँ पर we have to find out how much money does she need to get in return. मतलब कितना बचा हुआ money उसको वापस मिलेगा. In such situation, what do? Yes, we subtract. So the amount of money she gets back is equal to rupees 200 minus rupees 150. Now let us see how do we subtract these two numbers. So a very first step would be the same as what we do in addition. We arrange these two numbers in their correct order. That means we write the places of the digits of the places ones together, digits of the place tens together, and the digits of the place hundreds together. Okay, so we have 0 beneath 0. So 0 minus 0, we would start subtracting from one's place. So 0 minus 0 is 0, we write 0. Now we know we can't subtract 5 from 0 as 0 is smaller than 5. तो हम 0 में से तो 5 को माइनस नहीं कर सकते. तो what do? We borrow a number from the left hand side or from the greater place which is in immediate left of tens. Okay, that means 0 will borrow a 1 from hundreds. So after borrowing 1, 0 becomes now 10. So subtracting 5 minus 5 from 10 is now possible. So 10 minus 5 is 5. So we write 5 at tens place. Now at hundreds place, earlier which was 2 is now just left to be 1. So 1 minus 1 is what? 0. So our answer comes out to be 50. Oh yes, I must get rupees 50 in return. You made it so simple for me. Now I know shopkeeper can't fool me. Thanks a lot. So after seeing this example, let us go through how do we use subtraction in daily life. We use subtraction to find out what is left over or what is remaining or what is missing, to find the time left to complete some work, to find out how much we will get in return upon paying for some article, to compare two values and find out how one value is bigger than the other, to find out the difference between two values. For example, in your class test in maths you have got 53 marks, but in science test you have got 50 marks. So now if you have to find out in which subject you have got lesser marks or lesser marks by how much, how we will do? We know first we will compare. So comparing 50 and 53, as 50 is less than 53, that means in science you have got lesser marks. But by how much? For this we subtract. So 53 minus 50 is 3. So we know in science you have got 3 marks less than in maths. Now here are some facts and terms related to subtraction. Okay. So number from which another number is subtracted is called minuend. Okay. So 200 में से minus हो रहा है ना 150. So 200 will be called minuend. The number which is being subtracted is called subtrahend. Okay, so 150 is being subtracted from 200. So 150 is called subtrahend. Okay, the answer that we get on subtracting two numbers is called the difference. So we know the difference here is 50. Now here are some properties of subtraction. The first property is when 0 is subtracted from the number, the difference is the number itself. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Suppose you have 4 chocolates and if 0 chocolates are taken away from you, that means nothing has been taken away from you. So how many chocolates are you left with now? As nothing was taken away from you, so your chocolates will be same as they were before. So 4 minus 0 is 4 chocolates. So you notice any number which if we subtract 0 from any number, the answer comes out to be the number itself. Okay. Now in the property 2, when 1 is subtracted from the number, the difference is the predecessor of that number. Suppose you had 4 chocolates. Now if one chocolate was taken away from you, so how many chocolates will you have now? You will have 3 chocolates, as 4 minus 1 is 3. Now you also know 3 is predecessor of 4, as 3 comes just before 4. So whenever you subtract 1 from any number, the answer of that difference is always the predecessor of that number. Third property is when a number is subtracted from itself, the difference is always 0. You have 4 chocolates. If all these 4 chocolates were taken away from you, how many chocolates will be left with you now? You will have nothing, or you will have 0 chocolates. 4 minus 4 is 0. If you are subtracting a number from itself, the answer comes out to be always 0. Now let us practice some subtracting problems. So we have first subtracting a 4-digit number. See, even for subtracting larger digit numbers, our method is still the same. First you arrange the numbers according to their right places. Okay. Now we will start subtracting. 5 minus 4 is 1, so we write 1. 3 minus 3 is 0, so we write 0. 4 minus 2 is 2, so we write 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, so we write 1. Again we saw here that we had started subtracting from the ones place, and from ones place we went on to the higher places in correct order. So now answer is 1201. But in some questions we know that there is a need for regrouping the numbers. Regrouping the number means again borrowing some numbers. For example, in this case, when we start subtracting from ones, 5 minus 4 is 1, so we simply write 1. 3 minus 3 is 0, we simply write 0. But we know we can't subtract 2 from 1 at hundreds place. So it's definite that one will have to borrow, and one will borrow from the digit lying in its left side or at higher place in its immediate left. Okay, so when one borrows from 2, it becomes 11. 11 minus 2 is 9, so we write 9. Now the 2 at thousands place is now left to be only 1, क्योंकि 8 तो चले गया ना hundreds पर, तो now 1 minus 1 is 0. So now our answer comes out to be 901. Now if we have to subtract 5-digit numbers, the method is still the same. 5 minus 4 is 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, 8 minus 1 is 7. So answer is 71,201. Now in this 5-digit problem, we will see that we will have to regroup these numbers again. For example, starting from the ones, we have 5 minus 4 is 1, so we write 1. 3 minus 3 is 0, so we write 0. Now we cannot subtract 2 from 1. So 1 again borrows from its higher places at immediate left. So it gets a 1 from thousands. So after getting 1, it becomes 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. So we write 9. At thousands, 2 now becomes 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. At 10,000s place, we have 8 minus 1 as 7. So you see, you can go on till any digit number. The method for subtracting is still the same. Order it first according to its right places and then start subtracting from the smallest place, or you can say from the right hand side. Now, to check a subtraction, just as we do in case of addition, we will follow three steps. We know in our number 4558 minus 2016, which gives us the difference 2542. We know what is minuend, what is subtrahend, and what is difference. So our first step is first find the difference. Second step is add the difference to the subtrahend. Now if the sum comes equal to the minuend, then your answer is correct. That means first we will find the difference. Difference comes out to be 2542. Now we will add this difference to the subtrahend, which is 2016. After adding these two numbers, if our answer or sum matches with the minuend, then our answer is correct. Okay. So in this case, we know that answer comes out to be 4558, which is your minuend. That means your subtraction is correct. Now, just as we had estimated the sum, we can also estimate the difference. We use estimating difference for our easy calculation or for getting a rough idea of the difference value. For always estimating the difference, our first step would be to round off each of the numbers to its respective corresponding greatest place or the places which is asked. Okay. Now in our question, find the estimated difference and exact difference of 323 and 561. We are not mentioned to which place we have to estimate it. So in this such cases, we will estimate it to its greatest place. So 323 rounded off to its greatest place at hundreds is 300. 561 rounded off to its greatest place, that is hundreds, will come out to be 600. Now finding the estimated difference is simple. 600 minus 300 we know is 300. So 300 is the estimated sum. And for finding out the exact sum, what we will have to do, we will have to subtract 323 from 561. So our difference comes out to be 238. Now you will notice the difference 238 is almost near to the estimated difference. So this is why we use estimated difference, to get a rough idea of the value with more easy calculation. Now again we have this table just as we had done in the case of sum. Here we are given three numbers. You have to round them off to its corresponding place plus and then find the estimated difference and the exact difference. For example, in case of 67 minus 49, first we round them off to their nearest 10. So it comes out to be 70 minus 50. Estimated difference will be 20 and exact difference will be 18. Okay. So you can do the same thing for hundreds and thousands place as well. So this was all about subtraction. I hope you found this lesson to be interesting and helpful. Now I think you should be able to do the exercises based on the subtraction problems. I hope you will practice these questions by yourself while pausing the videos and start practicing the exercise questions. Thank you.